Yeah. Hi, we're rolling. This is Lori.
And this is Peter.
And we're here with another movie review because we have no name for this channel.
Yes.
Yes.
But we're here to
Lori and Peter's movie reviews.
Yes.
Lori, that was scary movie reviews.
Yes, and
Lori.
we're in the Larklight.
We're in the Larklight. We are. Not in the with the premiere screen up, but anyway. Well, we are here today. Yesterday was Halloween.
Yes, it was.
In the past we've managed to do like even a live stream on Halloween. We always kind of film a review on Halloween, but we didn't make it this time because you fell asleep or something.
Fell asleep.
And didn't come by. So day after Halloween, Dia de los Muertos. So we'll do it that Day of the Dead. And we're wrapping up what they call spooky season.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all the horror movies you could want are usually playing somewhere.
They're out there.
They're out there, and they're begging for you to be watched. Did you watch many?
No, I haven't.
Well, we watched some stuff.
Okay.
What did we watch? We watched, besides what we're about reviewing tonight, because we did the previous.
Right.
We watched. Oh no, we didn't watch Interview with the Vampire. I watched.
No, we
that.
did.
Oh, I watched that. Okay, and I guess Weapons would have been the last thing we did.
Right.
Which fits in.
It does.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're digging way back, 40 years ago, over 40 years ago for what did we watch? What did we watch?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is a movie I haven't seen in probably about 40 years. It was one of those movies, came out, big hit, loved it, watched it on videotape or on cable repeatedly, and then kind of like once you watched it one too many times, I haven't seen it since then. Probably since the 80s.
I'm sure I've seen it here and there.
Yeah. I haven't even seen it here or there.
But, parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed it
the
first time I saw it.
The first time you saw it.
Yes. But that's not to say
I
actually...
Well, it's on HBO Max, okay.
Looked at it and said, oh, I forgot about a little stuff.
I forgot about a lot of stuff in this.
Yeah. And I just said, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. So Poltergeist came out in 1982. It was a big deal back then because it was produced by Steven Spielberg.
Right.
It wasn't directed by him.
Right.
Although technically there has been controversy I never knew about that. A lot of people believe that he did direct this movie instead of, I think, Tobe Hooper. Now, one of the things I didn't know, not realizing the director of this movie, Tobe Hooper, did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I've never seen, but it is considered a horror, one of the horror classics.
Yeah, now, you know what? I don't get that.
You don't get it. You don't understand why it's kind of like...
Yeah, it was horror.
I mean, at the time, it may have been very shocking. That's my guess. It was so shocking at the time for people. That's why it had the reputation. Nowadays, it's probably very,
It's very low.
Anyway, so Poltergeist stars. It stars. Let me get the cast here. Joe Beth Williams, Craig T. Nelson. Let's see. Coach. Yeah, Coach. That's right. Right. We have Heather O'Rourke, Oliver Robbins, Dominique Dunn, and Zelda Rubinstein, who you have to mention in this film.
Yeah. Now.
And several other people.
We did listen to
a reason why a lot of these movies I've been watching is because I love the What Went Wrong podcast. It's a great podcast, and it talks about all talking about movie curses. They were covering this month of October, during the month of October, like movies that are supposedly cursed. And this one had a lot of bad things happen.
It sure did.
To it, including a couple deaths
Yes.
of like major actors. And if you don't know, particularly Dominique Dunn, who played the oldest sister,
Right.
was famously, I think she was murdered before
Yeah.
or around when the movie came out by her boyfriend.
Oh, I didn't know
domestic violence.
it was that soon.
Yeah, she was only
Wow.
22 years old. It was around the time, not long after or
Right.
yeah. And then Heather O'Rourke, several years later, tragically died at age 12 of a health issue that got misdiagnosed like the year
Right.
before. And there are some other ones, but I'll let you find the What Went Wrong podcast and listen to that stuff, because that's other than the skeletons in this, what I might mention. So yeah, this is Tobe Hooper directed it. Like I said, the news to me was like there was controversy on. A lot of people felt like Steven Spielberg really directed this. One of the things the podcast went over, it's kind of sound like it may have been a half and half kind of thing, which you
Right.
can kind of feel that. There's parts of this that do feel like a Spielberg movie,
Right.
and but yeah, I don't imagine him doing. I mean, kind of after Jaws, his kind of horror angle. His movies changed. They became a little more too Americana kind of
Well, I just look at it like that.
Spielberg. I'm talking about.
Right.
They're Spielberg kind of way like John Ford.
It became real.
It became real. Well, no,
Yeah.
his movies became very sentimental. There's a certain
Sentimental?
there's a certain sentimentality to his movies post Jaws. Like you're talking about E.T.,
Okay.
maybe not Raiders of the Lost Ark, but a lot, especially if they involve children.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sentimentality that he for a long time because of that he wasn't taken seriously as a director. Then he threw Schindler's List on everybody, and it was like, oh shit, he got real. It's like, all right, And since then, his movies have been more mature. But so you can kind of feel that in the family dynamics are very
Right.
and the family setup in the suburbs and the kids playing, the kids on the bikes and rolling and in the street. Talk about a time capsule though. Them going through the streets of the suburbs and all the
Right.
kids are out playing with toys, with the electric cars on the street, riding their
Right.
bikes. Man, I would have never thought that life would change where you would not see that anymore.
Wow, and it has.
It has. It's such a that's how it was when we were kids. All the kids outdoors and playing around and having fun, and well, thank God for Spielberg and the sentimentality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since then, I don't know how much it has to do with it, but I bet you it has a lot to do with it. No more Toys R Us.
No more Toys R Us, right? Yeah. Well,
Or KB Toys.
KB Toys. Oh my goodness, yeah. But so let's get into the movie. This is about there's some kind of malevolent spirit
Right.
in this house. That's
A bunch of spirits.
a bunch of spirit, and it's able to communicate with the 5-year-old little girl, Carol Ann, played by Heather O'Rourke, who's, one of the things is she's so young. Also, just her striking look. She's like very blonde, platinum blonde, blue eyes, very young and innocent looking. And then they pull her into their spirit world. And she gets trapped through the TV, which was another
thing. The TV.
Yeah, which is kind of like, we were kids that watched a lot of TV when that was a big thing. And it was like, so like the nightmare or the fear was like TV is going to possess you. And that's kind of like, there's a little overlay of that in this.
But too, back then, TV used to go off.
It did go off. They would play, it would end and go to static.
Yeah.
After a certain hour, they play the national anthem, and
that's it.
That was it.
It was snow.
There was no more broadcasts. You couldn't stream anything. There was only so many channels, and we're old. So she gets sucked into this, and the family is tormented.
The family has a fit.
Right, of course, who wouldn't, you know? And
Yeah.
so they're trying to get their daughter out. They call in a couple of paranormal investigators to help them.
Which both were very good.
Both were very good. Well, they kind of got, you know,
Yeah.
taught a lesson by the spirits.
Yes.
They were no match for the spirit that is tormenting this family. And so they have to call in the big guns or the
Yeah.
little gun.
They have to call in
They
the
have to
little
call in
gun.
the little gun, who is the big gun, and kind of the one who steals this movie and really
She
makes
did.
this
She
movie.
really did.
Is Zelda Rubinstein playing the medium. Let me get her name. I forget what it was. If I can find it. Anyway, she's great. She's a tiny woman. She's an interesting. I'm like looking at her now.
Mm-hmm.
She's an interesting looking woman because she has such a childlike face, but she's obviously older.
You know
She
what?
has this combination of like
You know what?
old
I
and
didn't-
young at the same time. Like
Right.
very old and very young at the same time.
I didn't realize it then, but you're right.
Yeah.
And looking at what she was doing, she was the perfect person.
Oh yeah. She was Tangina. Her name was Tangina in the movie. so she plays a medium. She's there. She's the big gun. She figures out. She knows what to do in order to get Carol Ann back to her family.
Yeah, don't go into the light.
Don't go into the light.
Or go in.
Oh, go in. She
go
was
into
yeah.
the light.
Well, she guided Carol Ann to lead the spirits who were trapped there
And
into
who
the
were
light,
trying
but
to
not to
trap
go
her
in
there.
herself. And her mom had to. Anyway, I
Yeah.
don't want to give any more. It's a good movie. It was fun to go back and see this. The special effects are kind of really fun. I always remember the Hulk on the horse. Well, way before Marvel movies. That scene is always like, when I think Poltergeist, that's the scene I think of, the Hulk. There's all these objects spinning around in Carol Ann's room after she gets sucked in.
Yeah.
And the Hulk, at one point, the Hulk riding a toy of the Hulk, riding a horse, kind of stops in the middle of the screen and then
Yeah.
sends out. So I don't know why.
But I think the clown was the best.
The clown, that creepy ass clown, and this is one of those movies that says, why the F would you have that ugly creepy ass clown sitting at the end of your kid's bed?
That's
No,
not good.
nope. No. Take that. Anyway, now I'm taking up all the room. Give us your thoughts, Poltergeist. What did you notice again?
Well,
Rewatching this, what did you? Anything stand out to you that you didn't notice before, or you just kind of like really appreciate it more at this time?
I'm sure back then
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it and said something about it, but when the little gun saying, "Oh yeah, you go. I've never done this before."
Oh, she's Zelda Rubinstein stealing the movie. I'm going to say. Oh my gosh, she's so great in this. One of the things I kind of really appreciated, it's a character I forgot was even in the movie, because you remember the older daughter just because the actress met such a terrible fate in
Exactly.
real life. And of course, you remember the younger daughter. I didn't remember they had a brother in the middle, the little boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, played by Oliver Robbins, Robbie. I was with Robbie this whole movie. He was like, I don't like that clown. I don't like that tree outside. He was the black person in this movie, even though they had a black guy in this movie, but he was like, into Ghost anyway. But
Yeah.
he was like, well, I'm not about it. When the shit went down, he got put in a taxi. He was like, he's out.
Yep.
I don't know why he's the only one that left. They left.
I think he has some black
okay.
in him.
Yeah, I think he does. Because he was like, he was not having any. He was like, he would throw his blanket or his jacket over the clown because he didn't want to look at that thing at night.
Yeah.
And he was looking at that tree and just like, something ain't right with that.
I'd have grabbed
No,
that clown
there's something
by
wrong.
the neck, put it in the clothes
Oh
closet.
my gosh. Yeah.
Bam.
Oh, that was one thing too from the What Went Wrong podcast. The clown, because at one point it grabs the kid,
Yeah.
and, by the neck, and the actual prop kind of started to strangle the kid. That was another thing.
Like,
the curse of this movie.
Alone.
No, for real, they had to
they had to get it off of him.
They had to get it off of him because the prop worked too good, or too bad is really what that should be. So, but I was with Robbie. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. That's the smartest person in this movie.
Yeah.
Robbie in the car. He's in the taxi. They put the kid in the taxi by himself.
Yeah.
And he's probably like 9 years old, 8, 9, 10 years old. There's so many things that's like you would never do now. Like the construction workers working at their house, kind of like catcalling the 16-year-old. It's like 16-year-old girl. It's like, oh my God.
So
thank God for progress. We had to play in the streets with some fun, but that kind of ridiculous. I'm glad it's called out and does not, should not happen. Gets called out for.
Even then, I look at stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. At least you flicked them off.
Yeah. Cars would come in, and you would stand there an inch as the car is going past you, and you're standing as close to a moving car, and you're like, better not hit me.
It's my street. I'm out. I'm supposed to be in the street playing. You driving in the street, better not hit me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's amazing how little of this movie, other than like maybe the very beginning and the very end, that I remember, and the steak.
Yeah, well, you know what I kept remembering?
The crawling steak.
Is the skeletons.
The skeletons. Oh, another what went wrong. So, kind of and spoiler alert, I mean, the theme of the movie, the whole thing about the movie, what causes the curse, this house, all of this paranormal activity that is not good, is the subdivision. And the dad in the movie, he works for a real estate company that builds the subdivision.
And
so,
what was really good when you look at it is that they made some really nice looking homes.
Yeah.
In this neighborhood.
Right. It was kind of picturesque California suburb, 80s suburb, really.
Yeah, but later you find out that all of these nice homes were built on top of a cemetery.
Right. They were built on top of a cemetery, and it's not just that the Craig T. Nelson, the dad's boss, he's like, oh, we're going to want to move you to a new home with a view and stuff. And he's at another cemetery. And the guy's like, you can't build on a cemetery. It's, oh, we've done it before and stuff. We just move everything.
Yeah.
And it turns out their current home was built on a cemetery. And they only moved the headstones. They did not move the bodies.
Yes.
So at one point, because this family is digging a pool up, some skeletons get dug up. Because they built this thing.
When the rain and mud come, it's just
so there's a whole scene where the mom, played by Jo Beth Williams, slips into this mud hole that's going to be the pool, and all these skeletons are popping out. They're popping up everywhere because they didn't move the bodies. Turns out in the movie, they use real skeletons. Real people skeletons, not props. The lesson of the movies was you didn't move the bodies. No wonder why this movie was cursed.
Yes.
Oh my God. You
but
can't be disrespecting.
Good looking.
They were dressed.
Yeah.
They dressed up them skeletons. They put costumes on them. Man, they had a skeleton wrangler. I don't know. So so that was crazy. Some craziness. Like I said, listen to the What Went Wrong podcast. I'm promoting the hell out of it, but
that was
something else though. to come to that and to know all the kind of like tragic events tied to this movie and then some of its sequels is kind of nuts. And y'all didn't move but you didn't even. It's not that you moved. You did move the bodies. You moved them on set.
Yes.
Hollywood, man. They must have been cheaper to get real ones.
That I'm not sure.
Than to build props. Or time is just like less time consuming.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could get what they actually call dental skeletons.
Okay.
Which I guess
well, they got them. Yeah, I forgot.
I guess they actually made molds of them.
Okay.
From real skeletons.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
But they had a real skeleton or two in the movie.
They had all of them were real. It wasn't a skeleton too. They didn't use They didn't make molds. They got real skeletons.
Oh, okay. Well, they were cheaper.
You didn't have to pay them. Anyway, so Poltergeist, this was a blast to look at. Mm-hmm. It's different from horror movie. It's kind of a bright, colorful horror movie in a way. It's kind of a horror movie that you can show for kids.
Yeah.
Because it's not blood and gore graphic. The kind of monsters remind me of childhood scary story monsters.
Yeah, but you know what? Once it starts going on, I could have seen my kids run out the living room.
Oh yeah, it would be, but I think you're not watching decapitations or something like I saw when I got taken to see The Omen when I was about 5 or 6.
Okay.
You had to go to the drive-in. Everybody had to go. I was like, oh, that haunted me for like, oh my God. Which is why I didn't watch scary movies for a long time. I was traumatized young, y'all. This is why I was like, okay, this will scare kids. This is like kid scary.
Yes.
Yeah, rather than adult scary. So where the adult scary comes in is with the concept like capitalism.
Yeah.
This real estate company would just do anything.
Yeah.
We'll just let's get this subdivision built. We don't want to have to bother moving the bodies and the graves. They'll just move the headstones and.
Yeah, but you know what?
And
back
disrespect.
Then, a lot of the scary part was the things taught or told to you. Mm-hmm. Now it's
right, you can see everything, seeing. Right? So, I was thinking because there's like I mentioned the television thing about kind of being possessed by the television because we were always watching that thing. I wonder. Now it's the phone. Where's the movie? I'm sure there's a movie out there where somebody's possessed by their cell phone or something and gets trapped in.
Should be.
There's got to be somewhere a cell phone. Somebody in the comments write it down. So, any final thoughts on Poltergeist 1982? I may have seen Poltergeist 2. I don't remember it either. I know it wasn't as good, but I don't think it was bad in a way. There's been, I think, a 3. I don't know, maybe a 4 and some other, but diminishing returns is always the case with these once they start getting those, beyond 2 and 3. Any thoughts?
I'm just glad we resaw it.
Watched it again.
Yeah, because I got a lot of the feelings of, oh yeah, I remember, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was. There's something about, like, in the beginning, kind of how they get to, for when the family is moving into, like, the storyline, for some reason, it just didn't connect with me. There just seemed to be something missing up until the point where, like, the hauntings, like, really, the shit really starts to go down. I don't know, there was something just like, I feel like something's missing, like character development or something like the family, I don't know.
When it first starts off, it's just the character development was more of they're there.
This is the family. They're here. They're moving in. You know. This is. I don't know. There wasn't really.
There wasn't too much until the redevelopment.
The redevelopment.
Yeah, when they were gonna get a new house,
Oh, yeah, the
This
story.
is
Yeah,
your This is your bedroom.
right. It just didn't feel like there was much plot,
Right.
maybe, until like everything kicked in, and then it seemed like to progress. It was just kind of like random scenes of their life as they were settling into the new house. So yeah, so I don't know. It just felt kind of strange to me. And it could be because I'm so used to movies
of the whole family
have changed now.
Was late. Whereas with the little girl,
I think in movies you would have more interaction to understand their personalities in between them, I mean, there's some for the parents. I don't know, like the whole family dynamics you don't really get till later. But anyway, so that is Poltergeist from 1982.
Right.
Rest in peace, everybody. Zelda Rubinstein was a rock star in this. This house is clean. That line is classic.
Yes, it is.
It is. And now you can use it every time you clean your house.
Yes.
She was great, but it was fun to kind of revisit this.
Yes, it was.
After so many decades of not seeing it.
Because I forgot about this house is clean.
This house. Oh, you forgot that line?
Yeah.
How could you? That line's unforgettable.
You know what? Once I heard it, I was like, I was all in there.
Yeah. I was waiting for it, and it was still as great as it was seeing it the first time. But anyway, that's Poltergeist. It is. You'd have to rent it, I think. No, I think it was on HBO Max. I forget where I saw it. I gotta look. Where is it streaming on? Well, anyway, it's probably best to rent it. Oh, it is on HBO Max. Yeah, I think it's on HBO. You can watch it on HBO Max. Other than that, if you've seen Poltergeist, never seen Poltergeist, check it out. Leave some comments. Listen to the What Went Wrong podcast.
Yes.
And for some interesting tidbits behind the scenes of how it was to make that movie. So.
Yes.
And we out.
We out.
Because this house is clean. We out.
We out.